It is our custom at William Jewell that members of each graduating class select one of their own to offer a commencement message. This year, the class of 2009 has selected Mr. Andrew C. Kirk. Andrew is an English and psychology major from Scott City, Kansas. Please welcome for the senior message, Andrew Kirk.
Good afternoon. 2 years ago today, a 2007 alumna of William Jewell College named Emily Wales graduated with 3 degrees in communication, political science, and Spanish. The way she tells the story, she was driving away from school after the commencement ceremony, feeling inspired and excited about her life after Jewell. She finally felt as if she was ready to move on to the real world, until she saw something lying in the street. She couldn't see what it was, but as she drove toward it, she got a closer look. She saw that the motionless lump on the pavement was red, and it had feathers. With horror, she realized it was a dead cardinal. For those of you who don't get the joke, the cardinal is in the sky. I like the symbolism. So now I say to the graduates of 2009, our own class's symbolic cardinal is not yet dead, only mortally wounded, flapping around in the street, waiting to be silenced by the front tire of one last delivery truck. Congratulations to all of us. But before our metaphorical cardinal dies and we throw William Jewell the deuces for good, I am honored and humbled to say a few words on behalf of our graduating class. Classmates, today we are graduating from an institution widely recognized as one of the most prestigious academic powerhouses in the Midwest. We have survived the rigorous curriculums of many different disciplines, and together we have conquered CTI. Parents, despite how it sounds, CTI is not a contagious sexually transmitted disease. It actually stands for critical thought and inquiry, which is like the general education program at William Jewell. To help students begin learning, CTI teaches us to ask 3 critical questions. What is real? What do we know? How do we know it? The critical thought and inquiry program is so impressive that William Jewell made it possible for its students to major in it. This is what your child means when he or she says, or when he or she admits to being an applied critical thought and inquiry, or ACT-IN major. It also means that, after graduating, your student learns to ask 3 more questions in the real world. Paper or plastic? Can I park your car? Would you like fries with that? Let's ignore the fact that your child may have spent $100,000 majoring in nothing and everything at the same time. At least that money was spent in a place with a real sense of community. William Jewell's biggest strength is not its academic excellence, but its support system of truly awesome individuals. From David, the custodian who always stops vacuuming to say hello, to Sharon, the security guard who's always willing to negotiate an unfair parking ticket. From Beth, Becky, Chris, Barb, and all the other friendly cafeteria workers who serves the Dextro food with a smile, to the student affairs department that makes every student feel welcome, unless they've been drinking in their dorm rooms. The community at William Jewell will be what I miss more than anything else. Of course, faculty members are a major part of this. Because I have the opportunity to be shameless, I'm going to give a few personal shout-outs to the people who helped me get to where I am today. Parents, you don't know any of these people, and you'll probably be confused by the inside jokes. So this would be a wonderful time to rummage loudly through your purses or update your Twitter account. To Dr. Sperry. Where's Dr. Sperry? There she is. You are the smartest person I've ever met, and the only woman I would ever marry. May your life be blessed with ho-hos and books about John Stuart Mill. Speaking of on liberty, thank you, Dr. Morris, for corrupting my innocent mind during responsible self. I will miss your creepy smiles when discussing horrific scenarios and their utilitarian solutions. Thank you, Dr. Owens, for letting me retake the psychology test that time I overslept. Where's Dr. Owens? I don't see him. He's around here somewhere. Thank you, Dr. Walters, for letting me rewrite that English essay the time I overslept. Thank you, Dr. Myers, for letting me retake that French test when I overslept. And also for letting me retake a second makeup test after I overslept and missed the first makeup test. Actually, thank you to the entire English and psychology departments for putting up with my shenanigans, and never once being overwhelmed by the urge to punch me in the throat. I suspect you often saw right through my lazy charm, but were gracious enough to let me think I was good at manipulating you. Dr. Epley, I never had a class with you, but I think you're fantastic. Your wife is probably at home with your son, but tell her thank you for making me a little less crazy. Dr. Webb, I'm so sorry that you're leaving, and I will always be sorry about that carjacking. To Kim Harris, thank you for boring into the depths of my soul and helping me discover my life force. To Lois Ann Harris, thank you for embarrassing me so often in public that I'm completely desensitized. So much so that I'm dedicating this to you. And finally, I would like to dedicate this entire speech to someone very special to me, Mrs. Mary Salee. Mrs. Salee, thank you for showing me that even the most serious of campus activities doesn't have to be taken so seriously. Without people like you, I wouldn't be standing here today. So I want to say thank you for your inspiration. There are so many more people who deserve a shout out, but I've got to stop there because I haven't even reached the message of my speech, and I'm not trying to beat Bill Snyder's length record from last year.